Hey guys, welcome back to Minecraft Mods of the Week, where we'll be looking at some mods released over the past week for Forge and Fabric. Compared to last week, there's definitely more options available this time, and this video was solely based around Minecraft 1.17.1. We'll be starting with Forge mods, and then moving on to Fabric about halfway through the video. The Voodoo Poppets mod adds 15 Poppets into your world, with each one having a crafting recipe. Each Poppet gives different abilities, like negating fall damage, giving different protections, or even ones that allow you to harvest the blood of the bound player. You can use a tag lock kit to bind it to yourself or other players. You can then combine the bound tag lock kit with a Poppet inside a crafting table for the effect to be active to the bound target. There's also Poppet shelves, which can be used to store your Poppets. Small Reactors is a work-in-progress technology mod, adding quite a bit of content so far. It starts by adding some new ores, which includes silver, zinc, bismuth, and aluminum. To generate power in the form of redstone flux, which can power some machines, you need to craft either a Stirling engine, which uses regular fuel, or a steam engine. When it comes to machines, there's the redstone furnace, which uses redstone flux as power and is twice as fast, or an alloy smelter to create alloys. If you need a lot of raw ores, then try out the crusher, as it turns the ore blocks into raw ores with a Fortune 3 equivalent, and it can be upgraded to Fortune 4. A good decoration mod comes with Floral Enchantment, which adds lots of new bushes made from dandelions, tulips, poppies, and more, as well as bushes. These types of flowers can also be used in different vines and mossy cobblestone, which both look great. Combining some of the different flowers together in a crafting table will allow you to make some flower crowns too. With Durability Tooltip, you can hover over an item that has durability and see its precise value, allowing you to see how much life an item has left. Bigger caves will completely transform below the surface of your world, with the old caving system being unrecognizable. The mod aims to bring in terrain generation that we'll get in 1.18, straight into the current version. The caves look awesome, and it gets me even more excited for the next major update. With this next mod, you'll be able to craft Scarecrows, which require a carved pumpkin, leather tunic, and 3 sticks. They can be placed down for decoration, but they can also be used to scare mobs away, with the default Scarecrow causing any nearby zombies to run away, which can help keep your base safe. There are 3 costumes included, which are the Wolf, Ocelot, and Guardian costume. These can be equipped onto the Scarecrows to scare other hostile mobs like creepers, skeletons, and endermen. If you want to make copper and amethyst more useful, then look no further. You can now combine an amethyst shard, a copper ingot, and a feather in a crafting table to create amethyst arrows. Compared to regular arrows, they'll deal around an extra 2 hearts of damage. Another mod has been made available to add more copper equipment. You can make a full set of armor, tools, a sword, and even horse armor. These items are all worse than their iron counterparts, and the durability on the tools is even less than stone, but the mining speeds should be a bit higher. Glumbis provides a way to transport your cats in Minecraft, which you can get started with by crafting a sock from 1 wool and 1 string. When you right-click a cat with a sock, it will be placed inside, similar to fish in a bucket. You can carry it around and place the cat down again in a location of your choosing. You can also craft a set of socks to wear, which only provide 1 armor point, but if you get them wet, they become soggy and give 2 armor points instead. Assorted Tech adds a few new mechanical items, starting with a glowstone torch, which simply lights up when it receives power. There's also lots of scanners you can place down which can detect different entities like players, monsters, villagers, and more. When they detect the entity nearby, it will let off a powered signal, which can be good for setting up traps or alerts. Spikes can be placed on the ground or even on the side or ceiling of blocks, damaging any entities that touch them. The fan block can be used to either suck entities in or blow them away. That's the end of our Forge mods, so let's take a look at some Fabric mods that were recently released. More Boots adds over 40 sets of boots into the game, with each one offering a unique ability. with each one having its own recipe. Some interesting ones are the spider boots, which allow you to climb walls, glowstone boots, which will occasionally drop small amounts of glowstone onto the ground, lighting up the area, lava boots, which turn water into stone when you walk on it. Upwarp boots can be used to teleport you to the surface if you're underground. There's also bat boots, which instead allows you to walk along ceilings. Interactic changes how dropped items work, as when you drop stuff on the ground, you'll notice that they spin in the air before landing flat instead of hovering. When you hover over an item on the ground, you'll see a new tooltip showing the item name, description, and stats. If you can see this tooltip, then you can right-click the item to pick it up off the ground. A feature that I really like is that you can hold down the drop key to charge up a throw instead, which could be useful for giving items to friends. Dimensional Ores is a simple mod which allows ores to spawn in the nether and end dimensions. The frequency they spawn at is mostly the same, but you can possibly find larger veins to reward you for mining here. You'll find the ores spawning inside of netherrack and end stone. A lot of you will be very happy to know that When Dungeons Arise is now available for Fabric. Within your world, you'll find all sorts of new structures spawning, with a lot of them looking vastly different to what you're used to in vanilla Minecraft. You might come across temples, houses, towers, campsites, and even airships. In each dungeon, you can expect to come across different hostile mobs, which you'll need to defeat before gaining access to the loot. The structures included with this mod have so much detail too, with some of them being huge in size. The Terralith mod is very impressive and completely overhauls the generation of terrain in your world, while also adding dozens of new biomes and caves without adding any new blocks. These biomes look great, with there being new mountains, valleys, lakes, and more that look so much better than the vanilla game. The developer states that it might not be compatible with other biome mods, but it works with structure ones, and I can confirm that it works with When Dungeons Arise. There's biomes which seem more mystical, ones which are more dead-looking, and trees of all different species, sizes, and colors. Smooth swapping changes how items move between containers. Instead of items just teleporting between them, they'll slowly make their way over instead. Better Explosives adds dynamite to Minecraft, which can be crafted from 2 gunpowder and 1 string. When you craft it, it doesn't need igniting or anything, as you just go ahead and throw it to cause an explosion. The mod also adds a recipe for gunpowder costing 5 coal and 4 glowstone dust. Knife Time adds knives to the game, which can be crafted similar to swords, minus 1 material. It's a useful mod for if you're out exploring and don't have enough materials to create a sword, or you can only use a smaller crafting grid. They deal less damage than their sword equivalents, and they can be crafted ranging from wood all the way up to netherite. Ripplers are new creatures which spawn in the end, and they'll help you create a spawn point there. By using shears on chorus flowers, you can obtain trimmed chorus flowers. You can place these down near a rippler and try to convince it to activate the block by using chorus fruit. When it does so, your respawn point will be set, and you'll be able to spawn back there after dying, as long as the trimmed chorus fruit block and the rippler are both alive. That covers this week's list. As I said, there were a few better options this week for both mod loaders. Check back next week to see what else is new for the latest version of Minecraft.